Hello, it's Chris here today from Huckabones Equipment. Here today to talk about the RTV-1100 with the front snowblower, the PTO driven one. It's powered by a drop box off the front of the engine, so it's all shaft driven. It's fully hydraulic controlled with the up down side to side of the blower with electronic over hydraulic controls. You'll see whenever we zoom in on it after, it has the whole joystick inside the cab, so you don't ever have to adjust it from outside. It's also 66 inches wide. It's been very popular with us for the commercial use. We have about half a dozen now out for the commercial use to do sidewalks as well as open spaces. We've been getting a lot of interest on the unit. It isn't inexpensive. It is actually quite expensive for it, but it does a fantastic job. One of the drawbacks to the whole setup is it has a drop box off the front of the engine, which drops your clearance by about 3 to 4 inches. So it kind of limits you what you can do in the off season whenever you have the blower off. You have to be very careful about that drop box. If you hit it on a rock or a stump or something, it can get very expensive with the PTO shaft and such. One thing we'll be able to try out today is the snowblower itself. We got a fresh dumping of snow on the weekend. We got about 15 centimeters to try it out on. You're going to be quite impressed in how much it blows snow. One thing we're hoping to set up in the near future is a test with blowing water. It kind of shows how efficient the blowers are compared to just blowing snow. Whenever you're blowing water, you can actually see that where it isn't very efficient as compared to snow where it just blows out. So we're hoping to do that test at some point in the spring. You'll see that video comparing a few of the front snowblowers on the B series BX as well as the front snowblower on an RTV. That's all dependent on having stock, of course, which has been very difficult to get in the last 6 months with the COVID-19 issues. But we're lucky enough today to have this all set up and ready to go. One other thing I'll talk about quickly is you've seen probably other videos on it, is the RTV itself. It's a 25 horsepower diesel side by side. It's got the hydraulic dump box as well as heat, radio, air conditioning. It's a very comfortable machine. It's got the independent rear suspension for whenever you're out driving around. The only downside to a diesel is speed. You do not have the speed. You're going to top out about 40-45 kilometers an hour. But on the flip side is it's very good for doing work in. It's very dependable. You don't have belts to worry about, anything like that with the transmission. Also, some of the other benefits of the RTV is the hydraulic dump box. If you're doing wood or anything like that, we sell a lot to maple syrup producers. The maple syrup producers like the capacities in the hydraulic dump box so that they can put their sap in the back and still carry it without squatting the machine too badly. We also sell a lot for fencing applications for some of the bigger farms and stuff to go field to field and do some fencing, because then you're able to take your supplies with you. And then we also sell quite a few to grandparents who like to take the kids, because kids don't care where you go or how fast you go, they just like to go. So we sell quite a few for that. We're going to do a quick demonstration with the blower. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk a little bit after we're done. talked about how the RTV accommodates the front snowblower. One thing it has is the hand throttle instead of just a foot throttle, so it's as simple as pressing down the button and pulling up to rev it up and keep it locked on, so that whenever you're using the snowblower it keeps it at a constant RPM. And then we have the joystick here with the float control, which is very important whenever you're doing your driveway. Just there's a button on the back and on the front for the blue that you press them together and it would put it in the float. And then we have up down, we have up down side to side for your snowboard controls, and then up and down on the blower itself are the three. And then to actually engage it is similar as tractors you'll see, is the PTO engagement in yellow. So it is this thing, and then it actually replaces the dash, as there's an there's a PTO emblem that lights up on it. And I'm just going to demonstrate the hand controls. So I hope you enjoyed the video today and a little bit of an overview of the RTV-1100 with a new front snowblower on it. We'd like to go a little bit more in detail with it, but it is really cold out this morning, so we're going to keep her nice and short. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave your comments down below and thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.